What's up YouTube, it's Jeremy. So today's video is going to be a contest entry for Davidsaquariums. I haven't posted a video in quite a while and I haven't shown you guys the new tank yet, so I figured this could double as both the unveiling of the tank and a contest for Dave. So I believe he said he wanted to see all the equipment you run on your tank, and here we go. I'm going to title this Reefing on a Budget because I tried to not spend too much money getting this set up, and I want to show you guys and gals that you can run a reef tank without having to break the bank. So for water movement, I've got 4 Koralia Nano 425s. So there's one right there. There's another one in the back running along the base, and then I've got 2 right here on the back while pushing out forwards. So the reason I went with those is obviously they're nano, so they're small. They're relatively cheap. They're only like 25 bucks, and also they do a pretty good job moving water for their small size. So with those 4 coupled with the return, one on that side and one on that side, you can see I get pretty good water movement in this tank. Can't really complain about that. Obviously they're not top of the line. I mean, I do eventually want to save up to get a Vortec MP10 because those are wicked awesome, and that seems to be what a lot of people run on 40 breeders. But this is an option for people that don't want to spend that much money on power heads, just a single power head. So anyways, yeah, these do a good job with water movement. You can see I don't have really any detritus hanging out on the bottom. Lighting, I went with another GLO dual T5 HO. It's got 2 39-watt bulbs, and with the exception of that red Monty cap right there, I don't have any other SPS. Everything's really polyps, zoas, zoanthids, some LPS down here. So really it's a softy tank, and this light does fine for growing all the coral that I currently have in the tank. I got these really nice blue zoas. Really nice. I like those. But yeah, it's a simple light for a simple tank. Once again, it's a lot cheaper than if I was going to go with some Kessels or Ecozotics, anything like that. And also, I kind of wanted to do I got what I call in the dual and 40s now. I've got the Planet Freshwater glow light tank black stand, and then another black stand 40 breeder, another glow light. So I've got like a freshwater saltwater kind of side by side look that I liked. But once again, here is the glass holes internal overflow on the tank. It's doing a great job so far. I'm only pushing about 500 gallons per hour through it, but it handles probably more if I wanted to. In the back for plumbing, it's PVC on the drain, and then I used vinyl tubing on the returns. That's what I found worked best. So then we'll go down to the sump. Like I said in the sump video, I want all my equipment down here, so it's not in the tank. The drain comes through 2 90-degree elbows into a filter sock in the first chamber. I try to run that, or to clean it, about every week or so. That seems to work out best. And so that gets any particulate matter. And then I have the air-driven protein skimmer. This is a Berlin Airlift type. I think it's from Red Sea. And it's hooked up to a cheap Tetra Whisper air pump. I don't know what this is rated for, but I just kind of wanted to do a rundown. I guess you don't need to get a nice, insanely expensive skimmer to get good skim it. As you can see, as long as the water level is constant, these things do work. You can see all that nasty brown foam right there, and then in the collection cup right here, you can see the the nasty brown gunk in there as well. So obviously, I don't want that in my tank, and I'm very glad that it has been skimmed out. So this is probably 3 or 4 days worth. My tank's not too dirty, but yeah, obviously I'd rather have the gunk in this cup instead of in the water. So once again, this is basically just a long cylindrical tube. I think I bought it back in the day, but I think it was like 40 bucks, and that's probably 15 or 20 bucks. So total is probably $60 investment, and it does a good job. So obviously, with this being reefing on a budget, this is definitely a good option for anybody that's low on funds, or maybe a younger hobbyist that doesn't have quite a ton of money to spend on a $300 skimmer. So, and I do want to make clear though, this is not like a bash or a diss on those expensive skimmers. This is just an option for people that don't have the money to spend on those. Those work just as fine, or just as well. But anyways, to this chamber, the middle chamber, I don't have any Chaetomorpha algae in here yet. I need to go get some. But like you see right here, I'm running the Cobalt NeoTherm heater. It's doing a great job. I keep my tank at 80 degrees and it holds it constant. As you can see, my Rainford Goby Dwight's in here as well. He's been banished to the sump for picking on some fish, but just right now it's just some reef rubble rock. But eventually this refugium will have, a ton of algae in. Like I said, the Ray 2 LED in the last video is going to be lighting the refugium. You can see how bright and white that is. A great spectrum for growing plants, so it'll grow algae as well. Going in here into the chemical media trays, so it goes through the teeth, and we got some Purigen, I think, and then another sponge that I change out every now and then, but that catches anything that spills over. Then in the middle trays, some more Purigen, and then at the bottom is some Chemipure Elite, so it goes through that. Every now and then, and that's carbon. I run some carbon in the tank just to clear the water up if I do a water change. And then we've got the Tunze return pump. Very silent, I can't hear it at all, and pushes water, up pretty good. So gives me pretty good water flow on the returns. But obviously, you got the max water line. I did a simulated power outage by unplugging the pump, and when the water, back siphoned from the tank into the sump, it got to about right here. So as long as I don't go over that line by too much, I should be good, even if there's a power outage. And yeah, that's about all there is to it. We got filter sock, protein skimmer, heater, refugium light, return pump. So really, that's what's going on with the Reefing on a Budget reef tank. Everything's doing well. Well, actually, things in there now. I did unfortunately lose my flame angel. I'm pretty sure he had flukes or some sort of internal parasite. I got him from a fish store that I don't normally go to, and normally I told you guys he was cheap. He was like 35 bucks. So against my better judgment, I bought him without really examining him or anything. So lesson learned. I'll buy fish from the store I normally go to. But yeah, that's what the tank looks like, and hope you guys enjoy the video. Thanks, Dave, for running a cool contest. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Later, y'all.